Hello and welcome to Lunchtime News. I am Rhoda Ngonzi. Let us dig into it. The body of State Minister for Defense Sarah Mateke has arrived at Kisoro airstrip in preparation for her burial on Thursday. Airlifted by the UPDF F-623 plane, the body landed at Kisoro airstrip in Nyakabande sub-county at 10 a.m. where it was received by church leaders, district officials and UPDF personnel. A special council meeting is set to happen with invited guests including LC5 chairpersons, speakers, mayors and chief administrative officers, resident district commissioners from Chigezi sub-region, Kisoro district councillors, sub-county chairpersons, LC3 persons, technocrats and other dignitaries.
I beg your pardon, with all the titles, respected Muhanguzi, you're most welcome. Yes. So the arrangement will be sorted out, dear fellow mourners, because the speaker, Mateke, to pay tribute to Honorable Sarah Mateke, and then they will continue with the program of council.
Sarah Mateke. After the casket is
quiet. So media, you have taken note. I am about to hand over to the speaker of the district.
Stakeholders in the aviation industry have expressed concern over the low number of female aviators, urging aviation companies to offer their own job training for recent graduates interested in the field to help them realize their potential. Now, to address the underrepresentation of women in aviation, AirServe, in collaboration with Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, has launched a career guidance initiative called Girls in Aviation.
One, we have what we call the Global Women in Aviation, which is already big in the world. We've just launched what we call the AWA, the Africa Women in Aviation and Youth for Africa, and I'm the vice chair for that in the region. That way, we've come up with strategies. One, is we are going to schools, we are visiting schools in different regions and attracting them. So if there are trade shows in these schools, we are participating and showing them what aviation sector does. The main issue is that the awareness levels have been very, very low. Most people don't know what they need to do in order to join the aviation sector. Whereas other sectors, it's very easy, straightforward. When it comes to the aviation, it's a guesswork. So one of the things we need to do, or what we've started doing, is to go and meet the children at an early stage. So we are visiting schools for that. The other one is we are putting in place deliberate strategies at different levels, especially competition for these jobs. The other one is the training we are offering the women that are already in the aviation so that we can move them from where they are into leadership positions.
So today we invited several different girls from different schools worldwide to come and join us here to get some inspiration and get some information on how they can become future aviators. We have worked towards a gender balance, and we have actually a percentage of 50-50 now. We've had a program, it's called OJT, on-job training, where we invite students who have just finished studying and interested in joining aviation. And whenever we're doing the selections, we at least give the privilege to the young girls to be able to join and get that kind of training. So AirServ is doing that already. So I call upon even the other operators, if we're going to do this, we need the other operators to join in and promote the girl child, give the girls the opportunity.
And I've been here for about 2 hours, and I've got an insight on various careers in environment, in law, in traffic control, in cargo, all concerning aviation. And I can't say I have been brought to any in specific, but I'm going to that angle.
Now, the Afro-Arab Youth Council, in partnership with the Uganda National Commission of UNESCO, has donated the assortment of equipment to Butavika National Referral Hospital, mental health hospital, to enhance services towards persons with mental health issues. The consignment, worth $7,000 is expected to improve response services to critical needs of people with mental health illnesses.
The assortment of items include laptops, water tanks, sanitary pads, solar lights, rechargeable electric lights, and other hygienic and household utilities.
We have new wards constructed other.
Afro-Arab Youth Council targets to reach the young people experiencing mental disorders and anxiety disorders by increasing medical care towards rehabilitation.
It's just an effort to try and support Energy's efforts in dealing with mental health issues. And just like I said, mental health is an equalizing sickness. It has no respect for the rich. It has no respect for the poor. Poor people are suffering mental health issues just like the rich people. So everybody must be interested.
Mental disorders are caused by a combination of factors that affect our body, our physical body and mind, then our what we would call our psychology, how we think and interpret the environment around us, and then our social environment, yeah, where we live, where we stay, whom we live with, how we relate with them.
The Uganda National Commission for UNESCO commits special assistance towards research and training to equip more human resources with a range of with special mental disorders.
Because once power goes off, they get a challenge of managing the patients with darkness. We also brought along laptops for data management. We all know that when we manage our data correctly, then we can plan correctly, we can monitor and evaluate correctly.
Butavika National Referral Hospital recommends integration of mental health education in the mandatory education syllabus for expanded human resource development.
We have more than 1,000 inpatients at any one time. You've seen that's the inpatient side. We also have an outpatient, which has a mental health clinic, where we can see up to 100 people coming in every day. Both those coming in for the first time and others coming in to continue with their care. But the outpatient also has other clinics, like a dental clinic, a general clinic, where if you have malaria, if you have a respiratory tract infection, if you have other physical health problems, you can actually come in and seek care.
The hospital experienced increasing cases of mental illness, rooting on the irresponsible consumption of alcohol, drug abuse, psychotrauma, and adolescent. Komagum Rogers and Abdul Nasir Luwama for UBC.
And the issue of suicide remains a significant public concern in Uganda, with at least 2,200 Ugandans dying annually. Civil society organizations in the Teso sub-region have called on government to collaborate with other stakeholders to combat this crisis. This call was made during the commemoration of World Suicide Prevention Day held in Soroti City under the theme "Changing the Narrative on Suicide, Start the Conversation."
Suicide is a major public health challenge, with over 700,000 deaths globally each year. During the World Suicide Prevention Day event organized by Threshold of Hope Africa in Soroti City, Dr. Ronaldo Pito, a public health lecturer and senior researcher at Soroti University, highlighted several risk factors contributing to suicide.
It is one of the biggest public health problems we face in this country. In roughly 2 minutes, you lose 3 people. There are so many other people who die in the villages there, and they are not reported. A person whose member of the family has ever died of suicide is at increased risk of also committing suicide. Now, another one is a person who has ever attempted suicide. That one is also at increased risk of committing suicide. Now, specifically people with mental illnesses.
The executive director of Tadoba Youth Foundation, Faustino Roth, emphasized the need to promote societal networks on mental health issues to reduce suicide rates.
Therefore, we are advocating and we are dialoguing. We want to see that even when government is coming up with their budget, I think there should be need also to budget for mental health.
The event was on the theme "Changing the Narrative on Suicide" with a call to action. Country Director of Savings Arms Foundation, Simon Ronaldo Kelo, advocates for increasing the budget for mental health.
There is a gap in all sectors, right from the political, from the civil servants, department, from the government side, and the CSOs. And we are saying that we need to integrate the issue about mental health into our planning and budgeting. It's a responsibility of all the leaders. Everyone is a candidate and everyone is really vulnerable to this. So we are saying, can we take it up now?
Each suicide has far-reaching social, emotional, and economic consequences, deeply affecting individuals and communities worldwide.
That is one, sharing ideas with other people, opening up. That failing in one area doesn't mean to say that you're failing in totality. No, there's still a ray of hope. So I think we also need more of the counselors that can be able to really counsel people in different spheres of life.
Last and most important is to create awareness about suicide. The next is how to detect that a person who is at risk of committing suicide. Listen to this person.
Mental health should be your priority. Live within your limits, one day at a time. Whenever there is need, kindly speak up and seek for help.
World Suicide Prevention Day was established in 2003 by the International Association for Suicide Prevention in collaboration with the World Health Organization, Charity Marion Imnat, and Deluxe Emi Alomo for UBC News.
And leaders in Tororo and Busia have been urged to encourage parents to make use of the free primary and secondary education for their children's future. During a government project review, RDC Secretariat officials led by Dr. Mary Grace Okiror and Major Martha Asimwe raised concerns about the high dropout rates as many children engage in petty trade despite the free education available.
During exercise in the Eastern Region, the RDC Secretariat urged leaders to ensure parents take advantage of the free education available for their children's academic development.
We also have the role of mobilizing and sensitizing the parents and the communities so that they send children to schools. This being a border district, of course there is a lot of people moving across doing this petty trade. Children usually drop out of school to go and engage in petty trade.
While in Tororo and Busia districts, Major Martha Asimwe expressed concern over the low enrollment numbers in schools, despite the government's efforts to construct educational facilities.
We know there are many activities that take place. They divert the youth. Rather than going to school, I think that the youth go into petty trade. And when they go into petty trade, that means these structures we are putting up will never be utilized. Are they going to be museums?
The team also expressed dissatisfaction with the construction work at Sekuda Seed School, engaging in a heated exchange with the workers due to the scheduled work.
Make a name for yourselves. And as Ugandans, you know why we are giving Ugandan contractors? To build your capacity.
Dr. Mary Grace Akiror, one of the team leaders, directed the Busia district administrators to halt the commissioning of school projects and allow the contractor more time to rectify the scheduled work.
Sekuda Seed Secondary School. There are defects on the doors, there are defects here and there, but those defects should not be allowed to continue. And that school should not be handed over in with those defects. I know you will say it is a hybrid, but who are the beneficiaries?
There is no charging of any of the pupils and the students under UPE and under USE. These are free programs. These are free programs, but we hear stories of those who charge.
The exercise aimed at assessing the effectiveness of government projects and ensures better service delivery. Charity Marion Imnat and Muhammad Iga for UBC News.
Providing healthcare to rural communities is crucial for ensuring a productive and healthy population. Chief Executive Officer at Lashego, Uganda, Giles Aijuke, informed UBC about a new partnership with the Archdiocese of Mbarara Development Association aimed at delivering essential healthcare and financial empowerment services to the people of Rushoka in Ntungamo district. This initiative begins with a 10 million shillings aid package to support healthcare services and financial education for undeserved populations.
The financial support from Let Shigo Uganda has extended free medical services at the 10th annual medical camp to over 6,000 people from rural communities. The camp was organized by the Archdiocese of Mbarara Development Association at Rushoka Health Center 3 in Ntungamo district. The 2024 medical camp offered free medical consultations, health screening, and a distribution of essential medication to rural areas. Father Darius Mugunda, Champlain, and Dr. Crescent Tumhaise, Chairman of Mbarara Archdiocese Development Association, appealed to government to focus on improving health care services at lower-level health units in rural areas.
People, what we call holistic development. We find that this component of good health is very important. We realize that there is a lot of suffering, there is a lot of pain, there is a lot of sickness around here, and so we want to help relieve this pain from our people. But we find that the services, the medical services in our country are not yet up to date. There are so many things missing. Also, our health units, from what our people tell us, do not have enough medicine. They don't have the facilities to check the people, to diagnose diseases. So we call upon the government to partner with the willing institutions and organizations, especially the medical institutions run by religious-based organizations, to provide facilities and facilitate manpower so that our people may be settled and holding to conditions. We are getting the number of children have malnutrition, and we are handling them, and some of them referring them to further care because the camp is going to be for only 1 day, and they shall not have coming back here, so we are referring them to the other facilities where they can get continuous.
Let Shigo Uganda says this transformative partnership with the religious institutions will improve healthy care services and financial education to underserved populations.
Definitely fit in many of them, especially the 4 that I can mention a few. Economic empowerment, improving lives through improved health, education, and the general well-being.
Head of Corporate Affairs at Let Shigo Uganda, Roger Mugisha, cited a 10 million contribution reflects their commitment to extending healthy care and financial empowerment to grassroots communities. Susan Nabogudde, Michael Bakablindi for UBC News.
Meanwhile, Ugandans have been called on to join the NRM supporters and its members to celebrate President Yoweri Museveni's birthday and legacy. The call was made by NRM members hailing from Kasangati, who cited that for the good President Museveni has done for the country, he should be celebrated.
15th of September, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who also doubles as the President of Uganda, celebrates a birthday. He was born in 1944. General Museveni is joined by supporters of the National Resistance Movement, NRM, for the event.
Happy birthday, Jaja! Happy birthday, Jaja!
During a press conference at the NRM office at Kasangat Gayaza in Wakiso district, NRM supporters led by their mobilizer, known as Bisaubia Sente, say this is done in recognition of the various achievements by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
In 1986, we had 2 referral hospitals, but up to now, we have something like 5 referral hospitals. In 1986, we have 1,000 kilometers, but right now, everywhere you go, you will see roads being tarmacked. In 1986, our electricity, we had few kilowatts, but right now, everywhere, every corridor, every village, at least we have electricity in those villages. Many reasons why we should celebrate the birth of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni Mugonjoola Nsonga.
Various activities, including a 10-kilometer walk, planting trees, are being organized as part of the celebrations.
This coming Sunday, we are going to celebrate the Jamwami's birthday and the legacy here at Kasangat Town Council, Ochadondo East. We have organized well, going to walk what we have called a 10-kilometer walk from Kasangat to 7 miles, then we come back. We will go to the hospital, that's Kasangat Health Center 4, aided by the government. We will plant their trees for remembrance. We will cut a cake. We will give some gifts to the expectant mothers at the hospital. So I call upon all NLM diehards, NLM lovers, NLM mobilizers to come and be part of us.
Members also commended President Museveni for the establishment of various programs like Emyoga, PDM, aimed at improving people's lives.
We celebrate, we look at the key points that we have achieved in terms of industrialization, we look at in terms of education sector, we look at in terms of health. But still, as we normally celebrate, we look at the ghetto people, they have been enhanced in their livelihood in terms of their circles has been boosted.
Naye nebaza President Museveni olw'okuba nti yatujja emmanju tusobola okukeera ne tutambula ne tugenda ne tukola ne tukomawo nga tewali atukubye ku mukono. Alwaniridde eddembe ly'abakyala, atukubiriza nnyo okukola ebibiina ng'abakyala tusobole okwekulaakulanya.
Rebecca Nantongo, UBC News.
Person of the Patriotic League of Uganda, Michael Nwajira, also known as Toyota, is mediating between the National Resistance Movement Party members in the Kaseke North constituency, while tension has been rising between the current area MP Enoch Nyongere and Brian Kabura.
The 2026 general elections are at the corner and different parties are strategizing. However, in Nakasaka district, all is not well for the NRM party. In Nakaseke North constituency, which is currently under the guise of NRM's Enoch Nyongore, the party has been at crossroads.
Give my brother another chance in order not to bring division in the party. Secondly, people that come out of nowhere to come and lead us, yet we have gone to school, we have all the qualifications.
Nyongore has not been at ease as the one Brian Kabura pointed at his seat.
My camp is gaining because my stronghold had another aspirant. So now, in our stronghold, I think now it is time that we have now started consolidating.
This tension has attracted the intervention of the Patriotic League of Uganda National Vice Chairperson Michael Nwakira, alias Toyota.
Is to make sure that two people from same party don't fight, because we take only one member of parliament. So when they fight, they give chance to other opposition candidates.
During the harmonization meeting convened in Ngoma Town Council at Jojo Gardens, Brian Kabura accepted to drop his ambitions for the good of the mighty party.
But for the goodness of my party, as an NRM supporter and as a member of PLU, the NRM party and PLU asked me to stand down for my brother and to finish up his second term as I come back 2031.
If I get the support of him and his camp, which had taken some cracks within my stronghold, I think now we are much more stronger than ever.
But if we have a chance of negotiating and we reconcile them, why not? It's better we avoid mistakes before they happen.
However, this is not the end of the journey, as other NRM members still hold interest in the same constituency job.
We can talk to them. There are other opportunities, but we avoid fighting in the same house. So it causes us a lot of damage.
The 2021 general election political wave, which swept Nakaseke district, only left one parliamentary slot of Nakaseke North for the NRM party. Roberts Onyango, UBC News.
And children have voiced their concerns about the increasing violence and sexual and reproductive health issues. This was during an interaction with peers from various districts and the Uganda Children Rights NGO network. At the same event, the Uganda Parliamentary Forum for Children stressed the importance of incorporating children's needs and perspectives into the budget to ensure appropriate resource allocation.
Children from various districts are concerned and share their concerns on violence, sexual reproductive health and climate change. Members of Parliament on the Parliamentary Forum for Children cite the need to incorporate children's concerns in the budget for timely delivery on their most immediate needs.
Our bringing in focus at this hour is to see how best should this country be planned for, because in the next 15 years, the population that is going to be planned for, the population that is going to be biggest, and the ones that are going to be in each and every sector are these young ones.
The education sector, the issue of feeding is very key. The issue of having health, the parts we talk of that lead to high dropouts of the girl child, they feel government needs to up our game. We need to up our game in supporting such facilities in schools.
Damon Wamara, Executive Director of the Uganda Children's Rights NGO Network, highlighted the significance of engaging with children to understand their needs and preferences, ensuring targeted support.
If we have their participation, we believe that we'll be able to have a better capturing of the issues that are actually affecting the children, because they themselves also equally have the solution. And we also believe that some of the things that we're looking at that are expensive will end up being cheaper because they're able to give a clear guidance on, they're able to give a clear input, not guidance, but clear input on what the possible solutions would be like.
Children were encouraged to speak up about their struggles and seek help from trusted individuals, staying mindful of their peers.
Some of our students are not allowed to go to school, or sometimes they are given hard punishments, or sometimes there are some characteristics that they are missing to get Like for the girl child in schools, like they don't have enough water or poor sanitation.
With several of these interventions, policymakers aim to create more targeted initiatives, ultimately improving the lives of Uganda's young population. Kain Faith and Andrew Sebira for UBC.
And Luwero Muslim District Chairperson Ali Ndaula has urged Muslims both in the district and nationwide to actively participate in community activities such as roadwork and government development programs, including child immunization. The district's chair was addressing Muslim district leaders in Luwero District, Kasana Town.
District yaffe singa lwana oteekerateekebwa bulungi era ensonga era nnyo okulumizaawo olwekyo mukkirize olukiiko lutandika baluwe tuleeta n'okusaba agenda esooka
njagala okubasaba abasiraamu ng'omulina okukulaakulanya eddiini bano amasheeho okujja maaso gamwe bagamba nti toilet si kubakalumiriza abasiraamu ffe tulina okukulaakulanya eddiini yaffe era jjaki tukulaakulanyiza amagulu abaatuyamanga bali bazimba gino emizikiti baweddemu tebakyasobola kutwala mutuluyetire parasitaiti mutunuli bali mu ntalo n'olwekifo tulina okwekemba bajjajjaffe nga bwe bazimba emizikiti gye twakulirako nga basonda 1,500 nekizimba katuumu wano nekizimba emizikiti abaana ne basoma tusobola tuleke kulowooza nti waliwo ajja otuyamba n'olwekyo waliwo obulimu wano gwa toyireti senjagala nti wano waliwo abagagga basatu mu Luweero bambuulira essente ze bagenda okutuula wano ze bagenda okuleeta wano kati zonna zeekubyamu n'embawa.
Olwaleero tubadde n'olukiiko olwa joint session, olukiiko oluyisa abakozi b'ebitongole abakulu b'amatwale okubakakasa ku bifo byabwe ddala bafuuse substantive okukola emirimu gyabwe nga bajjuvu. Tusuubira ab'ebitongole bano okubeera abasaale mu kugatta abasiraamu, mu kubeera nti batandikawo okuvumbula ebyo bisobola okuvaamu essente okusobola okuyamba kukutambuza emirimu gy'obusiraamu mu disitulikiti. Tusuubira ab'ebitongole bano okutuuka ku muntu wa wansi okumutuusaako saavisi ez'obusiraamu omuli okuwandiisa abasiraamu, okuwandiika abayimaamu, okuwandiika abagoberezi baffe. Tumanye nti imaamu alina abantu mu muzikiti bwe bati, naffe nga disitulikiti tufune sensasi y'abasiraamu abali mu disitulikiti tusobole okubeera nga tukola pulaningi oba bajeti ey'okupulaningira obusiraamu nga tumanyi ennamba y'abantu be tulina.
And now we'll take a quick break. When we return, more details.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks, Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Uganda, are you ready to kick things up to the next level? The Uganda National Lottery brings you Sports Take 10. Predict the results of 10 football games and win big. With tickets at only 500 shillings, join the fun and make your predictions count with Sports Take 10. Sports Take 10, your ticket to football glory.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Indomie, instant noodles.
fast and easy to prepare. Just 3 minutes and they're ready. You can have them anywhere.
Indomie Instant Noodles is available in 3 flavors of chicken, beef, and vegetable. Buy your Indomie Instant Noodles in supermarkets and dukas near you anywhere across Uganda. Indomie Instant Noodles, Uganda's best loved noodles.
The Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs and the UPDF, in conjunction with the Ministry of Internal Affairs and other sister security agencies, present the first Kampala Defense and Security Expo in memory of the late Honorable General Aronda Nyakairima, as we celebrate his selflessness, bravery, and Pan-Africanism. Activities will include an exhibition, memorial lectures by distinguished speakers, and Thanksgiving prayers to crown the 3-day event. The keynote speaker will be the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The event will take place from 10th to 12th September 2024 at the Commonwealth Resort Hotel at Munyonyo. For more details on the accreditation process for this event, please call the UPDF's Head of Protocol on 0772 696070 or 0757 999544.
Gentlemen and ladies in the struggle, our country Uganda must be free.
Welcome back. You're still watching News Tonight. Residents of Buloba Chiwesa village in Wakiso district have protested at Universe Block Factory, which produces paving blocks, alleging that the machinery disturbs their peace. Led by LC1 chairperson Chiwanuka Dan and Pastor Solomon Mwesige, the residents confronted the factory but were initially blocked by a security guard who insisted they consult with management first.
Company's representatives claimed they were unaware that their activities were causing disturbance. They were only informed of the residents' complaints by the village chairperson.
The neighbors came complaining about the sound that is made by our machine, but we are putting a fence to our machine, and we are going to stop our work till everything is resolved. Then we resume back.
The residents also accuse the company of discharging water that floods their homes.
We have a challenge of noise. There is a lot of noise that coming from the machine that they are running, and vibration, as well as the water that runs without drainage, proper drainage system. So this morning we've come because we've previously engaged them and we've not seen any results.
Pastor Solomon Mwesige voiced concerns from school administrators and poultry farmers who feared that the constant noise could disrupt their daily activities.
This time I will excuse the government. This was an individual arrangement with a businessman or a factory. So these two people went into an agreement, willing somebody that wants to rent his land and somebody that wants to lease. So this guy did not buy, he has leased. So I don't think government has come to assess, because I'm even informed that he did not even report to the LOCs. He just came and started. So, but government definitely has to, the procedure has to be an assessment.
Some residents even expressed fears that the vibrations from the factory might lead to the collapse of their homes.
We have classes that run, children are not able to concentrate, the teachers have to shout for the children to hear them over the loud noise of the machines. So this morning we've agreed that they will stop the activities that is running and work on those issues. We hope that they will be able to address the issue of noise, the issue of vibration that is affecting houses around the facility, as well as the drainage system.
In an attempt to address the complaints, the company showed the residents the ongoing construction of a wall meant to contain the noise. However, the residents rejected this solution, demanding that the company halt operations until the noise problem is fully resolved.
Some places are cracked already. Houses have cracks. Ladies that are rearing birds, the chicken are not laying anymore.
Meanwhile, Environmental authorities in Wakiso have brought in equipment to measure noise levels from various sources, including factories and places of worship. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
And now in sports, in Tungamo district, residents are being urged to embrace NRM government's ideologies deliberately designed to transform the country to middle-income status. This was by Advan Babazi at the climax of the Advan football tournament at Kiziba Playground in Tungamo district.
The month-long Advan football tournament has climaxed with Kiziba beating Kayanga 4-2 in post-match penalties at Kiziba Playground, Tungamo district, to win the overall crown. The closing ceremony was graced by the tournament founder Advan Mbabazi, who spoke the 4 NRM ideologies of patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation and democracy.
Nga NRM nali supporters ba NRM ebigendererwa ebikuru nibina byonga ekyokubanza ni patriotism okukunda ihanga lyawe okakunda ekyanga kyawe okekunda ekyakabiri Pan-Africanism kunda Africa mugenzi w'omwiraguju otakatama ebyenganda n'ebyedini n'ebyaki wena eby'Africa. Ekyakashatu niteta socio-economic transformation okubinga obworo azo omulingo gumwe n'okurabira omuntu aranga na talensi z'abantu otiremu na sports n'ebindi. Ekyakana ni democracy obugabe bw'abantu bona.
Mbabazi, who intends to vie for the Ruhama East parliamentary seat, supported the teams that took part in the tournament with jerseys, footballs and 500,000 shillings each to start any local income generating enterprise.
Well, that does it for Lunchtime News. Thank you for sticking with us. I am Rhoda Ngonzi. Good afternoon.
Uganda fire! Endiba fire! Ababoda fire!
Uganda! Thank you for showing your fire! Has Nambole Stadium opened its doors once again?
Fire!
While you were warm up in it, you were the 12th player when Uganda Cranes needed you the most.
Fire! Let the banner! Fire!
Through our famous wins against Bumamkunda and our unlucky losses, you stood firm, supporting even louder!
Fire!
Now, as Uganda Cranes take on South Africa and Congo this September, South Sudan in October, and play our second legs against South Africa and Congo in November, bring even more fire! Because with your support, Uganda Cranes is unstoppable! Uganda fire! Proudly brought to you by MTN, the #1 supporter of Uganda Cranes.
UBC, inspiring Uganda. Pick of the day on UBC.
Every Wednesday, 10 p.m. on your public broadcaster.
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice.